All right, good evening or good afternoon, and welcome to this Yoga for Recovery, Realization, and Resilience. My name is Brian, and I'm delighted to be with you here today for this exploration of Prana Power. So, we're going to work pretty significantly with the breath here this afternoon and do some really powerful pranayama practices, some really powerful breath work in order to bring ourselves fully present and fully engaged in the current moment. And so, before we start, as always, I want to remind you of our first guiding principle, which is support precedes action. So, please ensure that you have everything you need for your support available to you and that you're utilizing that in the practice. So, you may want to take a moment to clear your passageways, and then have your straps, your blocks, your bolsters, your blankets, your eye shades, whatever it is you need to support yourself in your practice. And as we're settling in and preparing for the practice, you have a moment here to go to the chat window and engage with the chat window, with the link in the chat window in order to enter your scores both before, and then we ask you to come back after the class and do it again. And I'll put the link in again after the class. And that helps us as an organization to do what we need to do in order to be able to offer these wonderful practices. So we appreciate you all for your support in that. And then secondly, remember that it is your practice. So while I'll be offering and suggesting and inviting you to do some things from over here, those are ultimately just that, offers and suggestions and invitations. You are in the privacy of your own space by design, and the only requirement for you is to be present and to breathe. Everything else is an option. So modify at any time, come out of any posture at any time, take any alternate posture at any time. Anytime you lose your focus on the breath, especially in some of these vigorous breath practices that we do, then just stop and back off and restart when you're in a place where you can remain calm and steady. And so from there, let us begin. We're going to start as always by landing, finding support. Then we'll come into the present moment. We'll raise gratitude. We'll set our intention. And then we'll move into some wonderful cosmic breath practices, get ourselves activated and energized and present. Then we'll move to the mat and do some movement mindfully in our bodies, getting our bodies open and energized. And then we'll end with a nice integrative rest. We'll be here about 50 minutes, give or take, depends on how things go. So I invite you to find a posture of support, whatever that looks like for you, feeling into the physical connection of whatever part of your body's in contact with something. The floor, the chair, the seat, the wall, the cushion, whatever it is. Feel that physical sensation of connection. Bring your awareness to that physical sensation of connection as support and lean into that. What is it like to be supported in this moment? And then having established yourself in your supports, I invite you to lengthen through your spine, lengthen through your crown, experiment with nodding and tucking the head in order to feel the release at the back of the neck so you can feel the full length of the spine from the base to the crown. And keeping the spine elongated and aligned, come into the present moment by turning your attention to your breath. Begin to breathe in and out through your nostrils, following your inhale into your body, wherever it may go, without stress, strain, or exertion. Following your exhale out of your body, releasing completely, letting go of all that is no longer needed. And holding your awareness right there, be right there at the beginning of the next inhale, following that inhale in. And that exhale out. Settling into closing your eyes if you're comfortable doing so, or narrowing your gaze to focus on something not moving beyond the tip of your nose. Following your breath, on your next inhale, I invite you to float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space and to allow to arise in your heart space a sense of gratitude. Anything that feels like gratitude, looks like gratitude to you, maybe any one thing for which you are grateful here today. Whatever it is that arises when gratitude is called forth, I invite you now to see that clearly in your mind's eye and to anchor that gratitude there in your heart space and hold it there for the duration of your practice today. And then finally, before we start, if you choose, I invite you to set an intention for your time here today. Perhaps a simple intention to just be right there with each inhale, or to just keep your gratitude anchored in your heart space. And whatever your intention is, I invite you now to state it to yourself. Hear yourself in your mind's ear as you state your intention in a clear and declarative voice as if it is already done. And listening for the echoes of your intention in your being, I invite you to take a full inhale. And as you exhale, if you choose to, allow your chin to drop towards your grateful and intentional heart. And if you would like to offer a benediction to seal your intention, I invite you to do so now as I say Namo Namaste. And then release the hands, lift the chin. Make any adjustments you need to your posture here. If you're not used to sitting for a few minutes, we're going to be here for several minutes doing some breath work. So make any adjustments you need to feel supported in your posture. And let me see if I can back up a little bit so you can actually see this better if you're not familiar with this cosmic breath. So we're going to engage. All right, there we go. All right, on this first breath, we're going to inhale through the nostrils, and we're going to exhale out the mouth. On the inhale, the hands will start at the knees, and they will just slide up the thighs into the hip crease. The crown will lengthen, the heart will come forward, chest will expand, and there'll be maybe a slight arch at the lower spine. So that's the inhale through the nostrils. On the exhale, the hands will slide down the thighs, back to the knees. The chin will tuck, the back will round, the hips will roll under, and the exhale out the mouth. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Finding your rhythm and your pace with your breath in your practice. Full, complete, long, deep inhale, and emptying completely on the exhale, arching and rounding without stress, strain, or exertion. Remember, we stay calm and steady and focused on the breath and moving within our own body. Eyes closed, focused at the third eye. If you're comfortable doing so, if you're like many of us and you're uncomfortable closing your eyes, it affects your balance. Just narrow your gaze to something not moving beyond the tip of your nose, feeling into your own rhythm. And your own breath, your own practice. Your body, your space, your practice. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Full, long, deep yogic breath. Coming fully present, fully engaged. Working the spine a little bit, bringing ourselves fully present. On your next inhale, gently retain this breath. Lift gently at the base of the spine and the pelvic bowl. Engage your root lock. Relax the shoulders down. Tuck the chin slightly. Relax the back of the neck. Be very still. Feel everything settle. Notice your own experience. Notice the effect of your practice. As you are ready, release your locks, release your breath. Reestablish your seated posture. Our next breath is going to reverse that. We're going to inhale through the mouth. As we slide the arms up and arch the spine, we're going to exhale through the nose. As we round and release, sliding the hands down. Inhale, mouth. Arch and lip. Exhale, nose. Round and release. Continue at your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Inhaling mouth. Exhaling nose. Again, no stress, no strain, no overexertion, just full, deep yogic breath. Arching and lifting on the inhale, rounding and releasing on the exhale, finding your rhythm, your pace. Your breath, your practice. Invigorating the body, moving the cerebrospinal fluid up and down the spine, bringing ourselves fully present, anchored here in our supported posture, anchored with our gratitude in our heart space, working into, feeling into, breathing into the intention that we set for ourselves. Your next inhale, gently retain the breath. Lift at the base of the spine, at the pelvic bowl. Engage the root lock. Relax the shoulders down, tuck the chin, engage the chin lock, be very still. Allow everything to settle in the center. Notice your own experience. Notice what shifted for you. As you are ready, release your locks, release your breath. Back to your supported posture here. And we'll move into the third iteration of this cosmic breath, and we're going to add those two together. So the inhale will be through the nostrils, and the exhale will be through the mouth. And then we'll inhale through the mouth, arching and lifting, and then exhale through the nostrils, rounding and releasing. And then continue that pattern, alternate breath, circular breath. Inhale, nose, arch and lift. Exhale, mouth, round and release. Inhale, mouth, arch and lift. Exhale, nose, round and release. Continuing your rhythm, circular breath. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, mouth. Exhale, nose. Moving with your own breath. Circular breath. your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Fully present, fully engaged, no stress. Inhale, exhale, and as you exhale, gently retain the breath out. Engage and lift at the base of the spine and pelvic bowl. Relax the shoulders, tuck the chin, be very still. As you are ready, release your locks. Inhale. And exhale. Stabilize the breath. Notice your experience. Be very still. Notice what shifted for you. Feel the power of the prana. Feel the effect of your practice. Notice your own experience. Be in your shift. All right, we have one more prana power here in this seated posture. So make any adjustments you need to. Feel supported. Maybe you want to switch your crisscross or adjust your posture a little bit. Prana Shakti. So inhale. It's in and out through the nose. Inhale. So the hands begin at the hip. At the hip. Let me start that again. The hands are at the hip crease. At the hip. All right. Palms at the hip crease. Inhale. Right arm will lift. Fingers extended. Palm facing the top of your crown. On the exhale, we reverse that. Left arm will lift. Right arm will come down. In and out through the nostrils. Alternating with the breath, finding your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Crown is long, arms extend, and then return to the hip crease. Alternating with the breath. Body very still. Awareness on the breath in the nostrils. Focus at the brow point if the eyes are closed or just beyond the tip of the nose if the eyes are narrowed. Full, complete inhale and exhale. No stress, no strain, no overexertion. We are calm and steady and focused on the breath and moving within our own body. At your own rhythm and your own pace with your own breath in your own practice. Stay with it just a few more here, 20 more seconds. Inhale, up, both arms high. Lengthen the crown, engage the root lock. Reach the fingers to the ceiling, reach the crown to the ceiling. Shoulders, arms are lifted, but shoulders are relaxed. Chin is slightly tucked. Feel the neck release. Lift from the base, engage the root lock. Be very still. As you are ready, release your locks, float your arms down to your knees. And notice your experience. Let everything still. Stabilize your breath here. Feel the power of the prana. Feel the shift in your experience. Notice and be. Let the breath stabilize. And feel into whatever shift may have occurred for you. A brief little bit of prana, the power of the prana. Let's take a cleansing breath here, a full inhalation. Sigh it out. And then shake it out. Come out of this posture, come around to your mat. We'll move a little bit mindfully. So let's start on our backs. Come all the way down on your back. Let your legs go long. Let your crown go long. Bring your arms down by your sides. Feel into the support of the back side of the body on the mat. Breathe into your belly. Let it go. One more time. Breathe deep into the belly. Let that go. And then extend on the inhale. Take the arms overhead. Interlock the thumbs. Either way, it doesn't matter. Press through the heels. Flex the toes back toward the face. Get long through the fingers. Inhale. Exhale. Let the toes come to neutral. Switch the interlock of the thumb. On the inhale, get long through the fingers in the crown. And this time, press the toes away from your face. Inhale here. Exhale, release the toes to neutral. Bring the hands down by the side. Now, bring your hands to your abdomen. Feel your abdomen has released, is soft. Go ahead and bring the heels of your feet together. So your knees are falling open. Now, continue to bring the heels together till maybe just the point where the balls of your feet come together. So you're pressing your soles against each other. The knees are open. If you'd like to put a block underneath your knees here for support, then please do so, or anything else. Blanket, block, bolster, whatever you have. Remember, support precedes action here. And then you can continue, if you like, to adjust your heels in relation to your hips till you find that place where you feel the knees are most open, the hips are most open. You found that sense of freedom there. Now the abdomen stays relaxed. If you get to a place where you're tightening up in your core and your abdomen, then you've gone too far. Back off from that. Allow the abdomen to rest. This is a place of release here. And we're just releasing a little bit of that tension that might have gathered in your hip girdle from all of that sitting and breathing here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. Take your hands to the outside of your thighs. Gently bring your thighs together. Let the knees knock together and then walk the feet out to the wide edges of your mat. So now your knees are leaning in against each other. Again, the belly is soft. The abdomen is released. Hands come out from your side 60 to 90 degrees to create space. Inhale, lengthen the crown. Feel the lower spine on the mat. Exhale, let the knees fall to the left. Inhale, let the knees come back to center. Exhale, let the knees fall to the right. Just a gentle windshield wiper motion here, allowing a little bit of movement through that hip girdle now. We're opening laterally through the hip girdle here. Maybe teasing a little bit of work into the psoas, into the hip flexors. Just feeling ourselves opening up a little bit. A few more here. Gentle windshield wiper, rocking the hips, knees from side to side. Not overdoing anything. There's nowhere to go. You're already here. One more each direction. And then bring your knees together, walk your feet back together, get the heels in line with the hips. And then go ahead and bring the knees into the chest. Reach up and squeeze just below the knees. Squeeze a little bit. Feel that release at the lower back, maybe a little rock side to side. Maybe a slight rotation of the hips in each direction. Just feeling that release. And then we're going to begin to move the hips here a little bit. So bring your hands down by your side, palms down. And inhale here, take your feet away from you and your knees away from your face till your feet are just hovering above the mat. And then exhale, bring the knees back in toward the chest. Move with your breath. This is Apanasana, very simple movement. Aligning the breath with the movement. Begin to breathe in and out through the nostrils. So engage a little bit at the back of the throat, tightening up at the epiglottis to induce that ocean breath or ujjayi breath, victorious breath. Maybe begin to hear the breath rhythm in your nostrils. So you can begin to move with your breath. All right, one more here. Inhale, exhale, back to chest. Squeeze a little bit, and then extend the left leg long. Now, your hands are by your hips, but if you need more support, wants more support, you can bring the thumbs underneath the SI joint. I'm sorry, underneath the sits bones. That's the pointy bone at the bottom of the buttocks, the bottom of the hip girdle. Or even more support, you bring the back of your palms underneath the SI joint. That's the top of your buttocks. And you find the support that you need preceding your action here. And then the action is to piston the leg. So we inhale one knee in and press the other foot away. And we exhale, we switch that, press the other foot, inhale the other knee, and there we go, inhaling and exhaling. Now, you can make adjustments also to the angle of your legs. The higher you take the angle of your legs, the more support you get from your spine. So if you're just hovering above the mat, full engagement. If you're halfway up your wall, you get a little more support from your spine. If you're 3/4 of the way up the wall or all the way up the wall, and then if you're up to your ceiling, you get the full support of your spine. So you find your support because it's your practice. Moving with the breath. Working these hips that we were seated in for so long. And moving that power of the prana that we engaged in the upper part of the body down through the lower part of the body, invigorating and activating our navel, our hip girdle, our sacral area, our root, our legs. A few more here. Inhale both legs out. Gently retain this breath. And as you're ready, release the heels, let the toes fall open, let the palms turn up by the sides, and breathe deep into your abdomen. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Bring your toes back together. Bring the palms down by the sides. Lift the heels toward the ceiling. Press the toes back toward the face. Now, again, you can make adjustments with your hands to provide yourself with support. We're going to do our scissor kicks or leg lifts here. You have your choice. You exhale one leg down. Inhale it back up. Switch, exhale the other leg. Inhale up. Or you can do both legs at once, or any combination thereof that works for you. Move with your breath. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Your rhythm, your pace, your breath, your practice. Lower spine is on the mat. Tendency here to get that little arch in the lower back. We don't want that. We want that spine supported all the way down the back. And we're working with our breath, breathing in and breathing out. Knowing that we're breathing in when we're breathing in. Knowing that we're breathing out when we're breathing out. Mindful movement. Calm, steady, focused on the breath, moving within our own body. Again, Ujjayi breath in and out through the nostrils, listening to the rhythm of your breath. Moving to that rhythm. Couple more here. Inhale up. Exhale, release the knees into the chest. Squeeze a little bit, rock a little side to side. Release any tension that might have gathered in your lower back. Maybe a little rotation in each direction. And then bring the feet to the mat, and heels near the hips, knees in line with each other, and the hips maybe lightly touching. So we're rotating the thighs inward. All right, lengthen through the crown. And then begin to press into the feet. As you press into the feet, you'll feel the bottom of the buttocks. That's the pelvic bowl. Begin to tilt and lift. Continue to press into the feet. Press the knees away from your face. Press the belly button toward the ceiling. Roll up into your lower back, middle back, and maybe even the upper back. No weight in the head or neck. This is our bridge posture. So establish yourself here. Knees moving away and toward each other. So rotating those thighs inward. Lengthening through the torso. Belly button rising. And then once we have our bridge established, our support is beneath us and in our feet. And then we'll begin to pulse here, dynamic movement. Exhale, roll down until the buttocks are just hovering above the mat. Inhale, roll back up. Again, Ujjayi breath, finding your rhythm. Moving to the rhythm of your own breath. Dynamic bridges, engaging the back of the body here, supporting the heart, hamstrings, glutes, obliques and transverse, hip flexors and core also engaged, supporting the back. Recruiting through the hamstrings and the quads. Moving with your breath. Couple more here. Inhale up. Gently retain the breath while staying lifted here. Be very still. Let everything settle. And as you are ready, roll down, release, exhale. Bring your knees into the chest, squeeze. Maybe a little rock side to side, maybe a little rotation one way and then the other. Releasing, and then extend the legs and roll to your belly, either direction. Hands down by the hips. Turn the palms down. Tops of the feet are on the mat. Press into the tops of the feet. Lengthen through the toes. Feel the knees engage. Press into the palms. Feel the shoulders engage. Lengthen the crown. Feel the chin lift. Maybe lift the shoulders, chin, crown. Maybe bring the heart forward. Supported locust. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale. Now notice the diaphragm engaging on the inhale, releasing on the exhale. You'll feel that little rocking motion perhaps because your diaphragm feels engaged. So see if you can narrow or even that out so there's no retreating on the exhale. We're just breathing in this locust posture. Fully supported here. And then exhale, lower down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, thumbs at the breast line. Elbows come toward each other and then down toward the hips. Again, press into the tops of the feet, lengthen the toes, feel the knees engage, feel the crown engage, let the shoulders lift. Maybe the heart comes forward. Now press into your fingertips, put a little support in your hands, and maybe you lift a little higher, maybe not. Maybe pick up your hands, feel that full engagement, and then just support yourself lightly in the fingertip and the heel of the palm. Cobra posture. And again, notice the diaphragm movement. You may have that little rocking or retreat. See if you can smooth that out. Just be here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Release the forehead down. Bring the hands out in front of you. Roll the elbows underneath the shoulders. And then walk your elbows back so they're actually underneath your shoulders. That will lift your torso. So the upper arms are extended straight up from the elbow to the shoulder, lifting the torso and chest. And now this time, let your heels fall open and relax your lower spine. Relax your legs. So no tension here. The knees are down. Everything from the waist down is relaxed. Check your elbows are underneath the shoulders. You may feel like you're actually, imagine you could pull your elbows toward each other. You're not going to move them. You're just going to imagine you're bringing your elbows toward each other. Feel that zip lift. Maybe it feels like a zip lift. Maybe it doesn't. Palms are down. Hands are relaxed. Maybe your hands come to prayer. Maybe your prayer hands come underneath your chin. Maybe not. Your posture. Support yourself here. This is our Sphinx pose. So the lower spine, lower body is relaxed. Extension is out of the elbows, through the shoulders, and up through the crown. The abdomen is stretched here. We're opening the abdomen. The heart comes forward. Maybe your belly button is lifted. Maybe you lift your chin a little bit to open the throat, raise the crown a little bit. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. As the exhale finishes, turn your heels in and your toes out. Walk your elbows out off the long side of your mat and then bring your elbows back in line with your shoulders. Tuck your chin toward your chest and then bring your forehead toward the back of your palms. So your elbows will probably be a little in front of your shoulders so that you can bring your forehead to the stacked palms. This is your crocodile pose. So we're rounding the upper spine. Your chest is lifted. Chin is tucked to the chest. Breathing down into that abdomen. It's a wonderful digestive posture, our crocodile pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. On your inhale, bring your toes back together. Curl the toes. Lift the crown and bring the hands underneath the shoulders again. Press into the heels and into the palms. Feel the legs engage and lift. On your inhale, press yourself to a plank. Press back through the heel, get long through the crown. Feel the length of this plank here. Engage now, the core is engaged. Inhale here. As you exhale, lift the hips toward the ceiling and the wall behind you. Let the crown of the head drop toward the mat. Press the chest and stomach back toward the thighs. Let the heels drop in the direction of the bottom of the mat. This is your downward dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Get long through the arms, long through the back, long through the back of the legs. Hips go high. Breathe here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Bend one knee, press back through the opposite heel. Feel that length. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Switch. Bend the other knee, press back through the opposite heel, and breathe in. And breathe out. Bend both knees, lift the hips up and back, press through the arms. Exhale, straighten the legs, let the heels drop. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, bring the left foot forward between the hands. Help it if you need to. Drop your right knee in the top of your right foot initially. Engage your core, press into the knee and the heel of the foot, pick up the hands. Maybe stack the hands on the knee, stack the palms, straighten the arms to support the torso lifting, sink the hips. This is your supported low lunge. Breathe here. On your next inhale, maybe take your arms high, maybe interlace your fingers, maybe hook the thumbs, maybe your hands don't touch. Doesn't matter. Roll your eyes up, get long through the fingers. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down, frame the foot. Curl the toes, lift the knee, step that left foot back, return to down dog. Take a breath. Full inhale. Complete exhale. As you finish the exhale, look up between the hands. Bring the right foot forward between the hands. Drop the left knee. Establish this. Feel your support. Support precedes action. Support's in the left knee and the right foot. Again, stack your palms the opposite way. Straighten the arms. Lift the torso. Sink the hips. Supported low lunge. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, take the arms high. Maybe it's different on this side. That's okay. Roll the eyes up. Get long through the fingers. Sink the hips. As you exhale, release the hands down. Frame the foot. Curl the toes. Lift the knees. Step back. Press back. Downward facing dog. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Now, inhale to your plank. Exhale, lower to the mat. Knees, chest, chin, or reverse push-up. Inhale, lift the crown. Maybe lift the hands, cobra. Exhale, lower down, curl the toes. Inhale, press the plank. Exhale, press back down, facing dog. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, bring the left foot forward between the hands. Bring the right foot forward to join it. Forward fold. Take a moment here at forward fold. We haven't been here before, so we'll take a moment here. Find forward fold. Lift the hips. Bring the forehead toward the shins. Release the hands. Release the head. Maybe brace. Grab your opposite elbow in front of or behind the legs. Full inhale here. Complete exhale. Bracing your palms against the shins. Inhale, straighten the arms to support the torso, coming parallel to the mat. Flat back, breathe in. Exhale, release the head, release the hands. Bend the knees a little bit, feel the weight in the feet. Supports in the feet here. Begin to roll the torso upright, one vertebra at a time. As the torso comes up, the shoulders will naturally roll up and down. Crown will go long, fingers will extend toward the mat, palms will roll forward. And we're standing on our own 2 feet in our mountain pose. So we're going to put all that together now. Sun salutation C. We'll do a couple of those, and then we'll settle into our rest. So on the inhale, the arms will go high. So take your arms, bicep frame the ear, roll the eyes up, lengthen. Maybe your palms touch, maybe not. It doesn't matter. Get long. And then as you exhale, hinge at the hips, bring the hands through prayer, and fold into a forward fold. Brace, if you like, on the shins. Inhale to a flat back. As you exhale, bring your hands and head release into forward fold, and step your left foot back into a lunge, dropping the left knee in the top of the left foot. Inhaling, bringing the arms up, coming into your lunge on the left side, excuse me. As you exhale, the hands will come down. You'll frame the foot, you'll curl the toes, and step back to your downward facing dog. Now, every time we come to down dog, we're going to take a breath just to stabilize. So full inhale, complete exhale. And for this first one, we're going to do this extra step where we're going to inhale to our plank, exhale, lower to the mat, inhale, rise up, cobra, or maybe even up dog if you like. Exhale, we'll lower down and curl the toes. Inhale, we'll press the plank. And exhale, we'll press back to downward facing dog. We'll take a breath in down dog, full inhale. Complete exhale. On the end of the exhale here, we'll bring the left foot forward, drop the right knee down. Inhale, rise up into your lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, release the hands down, frame the foot, curl the toes, lift the knee, and step forward into a forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root and rise, gathering as you go through tall mountain. And exhale, release the hands to prayer. Every time we come back to mountain, we're going to take a breath. Inhale here. Exhale here. Now we're going to go to the other side. Inhale, one movement, one breath. Tall mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, hands beside the feet, right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, rise up, lunge. Exhale, hands down, frame, foot, curl the toes. Lift and step back, down dog. Take a breath, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale to plank. This is the last one with this extra step. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up. Exhale, press back, down dog. Take a breath. Full inhale. Complete exhale. The bottom of the exhale, the right foot comes forward, the left knee goes down. On the inhale, we find our lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands come down, frame the foot, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root and rise. Exhale, hands to prayer. Take a breath. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Okay, this sequence, we're going to drop that extra breath, that extra movement. So follow the cues. Inhale, arms up. Tall mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, hands beside the feet, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, lower down. Hang foot, step back, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, come to plank and lower down. Inhale, rise up, your choice, cobra or up dog. Exhale, lower down and press back, downward facing dog. Full inhale. Complete exhale. At the bottom of the exhale, left foot forward, right knee down. Inhale, rise to your lunge. Exhale, lower down and step to your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root and rise through tall mountain. Exhale, release the hands. Take a breath in mountain posture. Full inhalation. Complete exhale. Other side. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, rise up, lunge. Exhale, hands down, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale here, come through plank and down. Inhale, rise up, your choice. Exhale, down and press back, downward facing dog. Full inhale. Complete exhale. On the bottom of the exhale, the right foot's forward, the left knee is down. Inhale, we rise up. Lunge. Exhale, down and step to forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root and rise through tall mountain. Exhale, hands to prayer. Take a breath, full inhale. And complete exhale. And then gently make your way down onto your back, preparing for your guided rest. As you move into your guided rest, take a moment to provide yourself with any additional support that you may want in this posture. So maybe you have an eye cloth, maybe you have a blanket or a shawl, maybe you have a bolster, anything that will provide you even 1% more support. Avail yourselves of that. And let your toes fall open. Take your heels as wide as is comfortable for you on your mat. Bring your palms down by your hips, palms up. Lengthen your crown, pull down on your side ribs so you feel your lower spine engaged, and then release. Let go, you're done. Feel the full backside of your body supported on the back. Feel into what it is like to be fully supported. Imagine yourself held by gravity. Settle into your rest. Let go. You're done, be done. Allow yourself to be done. Release any shaping of the mind, of the body, of the breath. Allow the breath to come and go. Allow the body to be. Release any analysis of the practice, any conversation. See if you can engage a sense of gentle curiosity and exploration and explore what it is like for you to just simply let go. Can you let go just a little bit more? Is there anything you're holding on to here? Do you need to hold on to it? Can you feel into the support of the back of your body, gravity cocooning you in your own space? Can you feel into the sanctity of your own space and trust and surrender into the moment? Can you feel into the gift that it is that you're giving yourself, this moment of resting? Can you honor that gift by allowing it to be? Just checking in with your gratitude and your intention. Maybe adding a little gratitude to yourself for giving yourself this opportunity to just be, to let go, and to feel what it is like to rest completely in the stillness and silence of your own being. And if perchance you notice that your attention has wandered away, I invite you to bring gratitude to that noticing, and then gently and compassionately return your focus to your breath. On your next inhale, I invite you to begin to reconnect with your body, perhaps wiggling your toes and your fingers, maybe rotating your wrists and your ankles. And as you are ready, on your next inhale, maybe taking any organic movement that continues to reawaken your body, maybe a good morning stretch, maybe rubbing your palms and the soles of your feet together, maybe rocking a little side to side or up and down the spine, whatever it is that feels right for you as you reacclimate to your body. And then finding your own organic way back to your seated posture, whatever that looks like for you, however that manifests for you, taking your time getting there. And as you reestablish yourself in your supported seat, I'll invite you once again to reconnect with your breath. And as you reconnect with your breath, I'll invite you once again to float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space, and to allow to arise in your heart space perhaps one more thing for which you are grateful here today. And as you witness yourself in gratitude in your space, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you from this space. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice. I'm honored to be here, truly. And as always, in closing, I'll invite and encourage you to stay here in grateful witness for as long as you can, for as long as you like. And when you do rise, please, please take your gratitude and the echoes of your practice with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.